If you're looking to uncover the secrets behind one of Hollywood's most enigmatic actors, you've come to the right place. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any exclusive content about the private lives of celebrities. Edward Thomas Hardy, known simply as Tom Hardy, is not just one of the most respected figures in contemporary cinema, but also one of the most mysterious men in the industry. Born on September 15, 1977, in Hammersmith, London, Tom is the only child of an artist and painter, and Edward Chips Hardy, a novelist and comedy writer. From an early age, Hardy displayed a rebellious personality that led him down dark paths before he found his true calling in acting. What many don't know is that Tom Hardy had a turbulent youth marked by struggles with drugs and alcohol. By the age of 15, he was already experimenting with substances, and by 20, his addiction was so severe that he once collapsed on a street in Soho. This moment of crisis became his turning point. Hardy has been completely transparent about this phase of his life, admitting, "I was a drug-addicted lunatic who could have died." His recovery wasn't easy, but it was during this process that he discovered his passion for acting, enrolling in the Drama Centre London. Interestingly, before establishing himself as an actor, Hardy had a brief career as a rapper. In 1999, under the pseudonym Tommy No. 1, he recorded a mixtape called Falling on Your Arse, featuring songs with quite explicit lyrics. Although this musical phase is now in the past, it showcases the multifaceted creativity that has always defined Hardy. His big break came in 2001 when Steven Spielberg selected him to play John Janovic in the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. Spielberg was so impressed that he later recommended Hardy for Black Hawk Down, marking the beginning of an extraordinary film career. Hardy has mentioned that Spielberg was like a paternal mentor to him, especially since he had lost his biological father at a young age. But let's talk about his current personal life, which is where things get truly fascinating. Tom Hardy has been married to Charlotte Riley since July 2014. Riley is an English actress known for her work in Peaky Blinders and Wuthering Heights. The story of their romance is movie-worthy. They met in 2009 while filming Wuthering Heights for British television, where Charlotte played Catherine Earnshaw and Hardy played Heathcliff. The chemistry between them was instant, both on and off screen. What's interesting about their relationship is that they maintain very specific rules to preserve their marriage. According to sources close to the couple, they have what they call modern marriage rules. One of the most important is that they never spend more than 2 weeks apart due to work commitments. Charlotte has made it clear that if Tom has to travel for extended periods, she and the children go with him, no exceptions. The couple has 2 children together, born in 2015 and 2019, whose names they keep completely secret. Hardy is also the father of Lewis Thomas, born in 2008 from his previous relationship with production assistant Rachel Speed. What's admirable is how Charlotte has fully embraced her role as a stepmother, and according to Hardy, Lewis considers her his true mother. The family currently lives on a rural property in the English countryside, far from the hustle and bustle of London. They previously resided in an impressive £3.5 million mansion in Richmond, but in 2018, they decided to move to the countryside to give their children a more private and nature-connected upbringing. The decision was primarily Charlotte's, who grew up in the countryside and wanted her children to have the same experience. Hardy is extremely protective of his family. He has mentioned in interviews that becoming a father completely changed his perspective on life and made him more selective about the projects he accepts. "My kids didn't ask to have a famous father," Hardy says, "so it's my responsibility to protect their privacy and normalcy." Financially, Tom Hardy has built a considerable empire. His net worth in 2025 is estimated between $40 and $55 million, with $55 million being the most widely accepted figure by reliable sources like Celebrity Net Worth. This fortune comes not only from his acting but also from his work as a producer, writer, and even a model in his early career. Hardy commands impressive fees for his films. He earned $7 million for Venom and $20 million for Venom: Let There Be Carnage. For Venom, The Last Dance, his paycheck is speculated to be around $25 to $30 million. However, his biggest current source of income comes from his production company, Hardy Son and Baker, which he co-founded with his wife. The company not only produces audiovisual content, but also invests in luxury real estate. They have a diversified portfolio that includes several properties in England, a $4.2 million vacation home in Los Angeles, and reportedly investments in sustainable real estate developments. When it comes to his lifestyle, Hardy is surprisingly modest for a Hollywood star. He's not a fan of extravagant sports cars. He prefers practical and eco-friendly vehicles. He drives a Tesla Model S and a restored classic Land Rover Defender. His only automotive extravagance is a customized Triumph Bonneville motorcycle that he uses to ride the rural roads near his home. Hardy is passionate about martial arts and extreme fitness. He practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at a competitive level and has participated in several amateur tournaments under the pseudonym Tommy. In 2022, he surprised everyone by unexpectedly appearing in a jiu-jitsu tournament in Milton Keynes and winning his category. He trains religiously 6 days a week, combining martial arts, weightlifting, and intense cardio. A lesser-known facet of Hardy is his love for rescue animals. His home is practically a sanctuary. They have several rescue dogs, including a pit bull named Blue that he saved from a shelter, and several cats. Charlotte shares this passion, and together they have donated over £500,000 to animal protection organizations in the past 3 years. If you're enjoying these intimate details about Tom Hardy's life, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends who are also fans of cinema. Now, let's talk about his current professional projects. In 2025, Hardy is in one of the most productive periods of his career. In addition to wrapping up the Venom trilogy, he is developing the second season of Taboo, the BBC series he co-created and stars in. This series, set in 1814 London, has allowed him to explore his English roots in a very personal way, as Hardy was actively involved in writing the script alongside his father. Taboo is not just an artistic project for Hardy, it's also a smart financial investment. As co-creator and executive producer, he receives substantial royalties every time the series is sold to international platforms. Netflix paid $15 million for the streaming rights, and Hardy received a significant portion of that sum. He is also in pre-production for Fonzo, where he will play the famous mobster Al Capone during his final years. Hardy underwent a radical physical transformation for this role, gaining weight and completely altering his appearance. He is known for these extreme transformations. For Bronson, he gained 30 pounds of pure muscle. For The Revenant, he lost 40 pounds. And for Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, he developed an impressive muscular physique. But perhaps his most ambitious project for 2025 to 2026 is Mad Max. The Wasteland, the sequel to Mad Max, Fury Road, where he will reprise his role as Max Rokitansky. Director George Miller has confirmed that this film will have the highest budget in the franchise, and Hardy will earn $30 million for his performance, making him one of the highest-paid actors of the year. An interesting detail about Hardy is his relationship with technology and social media. Unlike most contemporary celebrities, Hardy does not have verified personal accounts on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. His marketing strategy is based entirely on mystery and the quality of his work, not constant exposure. Charlotte Riley, on the other hand, maintains a discreet presence on Instagram but never shares photos of their children or intimate details of their family life. This conscious decision to stay away from social media has been financially smart for Hardy. By creating scarcity around access to his private life, every public appearance or interview generates massive interest. His representatives can charge premium rates for exclusive interviews, and brands pay extraordinary sums for any type of endorsement. In terms of investments, Hardy has proven to be financially savvy. In addition to his real estate portfolio, he has invested in tech startups focused on environmental sustainability. He is particularly interested in companies that develop eco-friendly alternatives for the entertainment industry. One of his most successful investments was in a company that produces solar-powered film equipment, which was acquired by a larger corporation for $50 million, yielding significant profits. Hardy has also ventured into the art world. Charlotte Riley, being an artist herself, introduced him to the world of contemporary art collecting. Their collection includes works by emerging British artists and some authentic Banksy pieces. Their art collection is estimated to be worth approximately £3 million. The couple is also known for their discreet philanthropic work. Although they don't publicize their donations, They have quietly contributed to causes related to mental health, drug rehabilitation programs, and organizations that support war veterans. Having personally struggled with addiction, Hardy feels a special responsibility toward these causes. A fascinating curiosity about their marriage is that both Tom and Charlotte have established no-work zones in their home. They have separate offices where they can read scripts and prepare for roles, but there's an unspoken agreement that the main area of the house, where the children are, remains completely free of any work-related conversations or materials. Hardy has mentioned that one of the most attractive aspects of Charlotte is her emotional intelligence and her ability to keep him grounded. "Charlotte brings me down to earth," Hardy says. "In an industry full of egos and pretensions, she reminds me of who I really am and what truly matters." The Hardy family's daily routine is surprisingly normal. Tom wakes up at 5:30 a.m. to train before the children wake up. Charlotte handles the family breakfast while Tom reviews scripts or attends virtual meetings. The afternoons are completely dedicated to family time, playing in the garden, countryside walks, or simply quality time at home. On weekends, the Hardy family often completely disappears from the public radar. They have a habit of taking digital detoxes, where even mobile phones are left at home. They go camping, hiking, or simply enjoy the tranquility of their rural property. Looking ahead, Hardy has ambitious plans both personally and professionally. He has expressed his desire to direct his first film in 2026, an intimate project about war veterans that he has been developing for years. He is also considering expanding Hardy Son and Baker to include independent film distribution. On a personal level, Hardy has mentioned in recent interviews that he and Charlotte are considering having a third child. At 47, Hardy says he feels in the best shape of his life and ready for the challenges of being a father again. A personal goal that Hardy keeps private is his desire to compete professionally in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has been training consistently, and his instructor believes he has the level to compete in international tournaments. It would be fascinating to see a Hollywood star seriously competing in martial arts. He is also developing a documentary project about the mental health crisis in the entertainment industry, based partly on his own experiences. This project would be both cathartic and educational, helping other actors who struggle with similar issues. In terms of legacy, Hardy is consciously building a career that transcends the typical limitations of Hollywood fame. His focus on privacy, quality over quantity, and balancing personal and professional life is positioning him as a role model for future generations of actors. Charlotte Riley, for her part, is developing her own independent production company focused on telling women's stories. Hardy is her main investor and advisor, and they plan to collaborate on several projects that combine their unique artistic visions. As final fun facts, Hardy collects vintage watches and has a collection valued at over £200,000. His most prized piece is a 1967 Rolex Submariner that belonged to his grandfather. He is also an avid reader. His personal library contains over 3,000 books, mainly biographies, philosophy, and military history. Hardy maintains regular correspondence with several prisoners in the UK, a personal project he started after playing Charles Bronson. He finds these conversations deeply enriching and says they provide him with perspective on his own problems. Tom Hardy's story is truly inspiring. From the depths of addiction to becoming one of the most respected and financially successful actors of his generation, all while maintaining a stable and private family life. His ability to continually reinvent himself, both physically and artistically, places him in a unique category within Hollywood. With exciting projects in development, a constantly growing fortune, and a solid family as his foundation, Tom Hardy has achieved what many in his industry can only dream of: professional success without sacrificing his personal identity or core values. That's all for today on the fascinating world of Tom Hardy. If you enjoyed this exclusive content, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to watch the next video that appears on your screen about other surprising celebrity secrets from Hollywood.